Shui said hurriedly, "Master, mine is in the 52 kilograms class." Charlie heard this and said jokingly, 52 kilograms, then 104 kilograms? Okay. Charlie teased her deliberately and said with a smile, "I've never heard of a good woman but 100? You have to work hard to lose weight." Shui hurriedly said, "No, master. The kilogram class of Sanda competitions is not divided according to the actual weight. For example, as long as the weight is less than 48 kilograms, it belongs to the 48 kilogram class. The kilograms belong to the 52 kilogram class. I am 49.5 kilograms, which is equivalent to 99. It happens to be no more than 100, but it is classified into the 52 kilogram class. If you don't believe me, when you meet, I'll show you the weight." Charlie said with a smile, "I'm just joking with you, don't be so angry." Shui said diligently, "I am not angry, you will misunderstand that he is a little fat man. My height of 1.7 meters, controlled within 100 kilograms, is already very powerful. My classmates say I am a devil figure." Charlie smiled and said, "Well, little Pepper Shui has a devil figure, I will find out later." Shui said embarrassedly, "I am not a little pepper." Charlie smiled and asked, "Then what are you?" Shui, I am a little beautiful woman, a little cute." After finishing speaking, before Charlie responded, she hung up the phone shyly. Charlie listened to the phone and suddenly turned into a beep, couldn't help but shook his head and laughed secretly. This little pepper is really cute. After Claire had eaten, she went to her studio. Recently, the scale of her studio has been expanded a lot compared with before, and some employees have been recruited. At the same time, several renovation projects are underway, which can be said to be booming. Jacob is also very busy every day in the Association of Painting and Calligraphy. After breakfast today, he was anxious to go to the Calligraphy and Painting Association, which made Charlie a little curious. So he couldn't help asking him, "Dad, why are you going so early today?" Jacob smiled and said, "The Calligraphy and Painting Association happened to have some activities today. The Calligraphy and Calligraphy hobby class of the University for the Elderly is coming over to visit us today." Charlie understood it instantly when he mentioned College for the Elderly. The University for the Elderly is where Mei-Ching works and studies every day. A good friend of Aunt invited her to be a visiting professor of French education at a university for the elderly. At the same time, she herself was studying calligraphy and Chinese painting at the same university. It seems that Aunt is going to meet with Jacob today. No wonder father-in-law is so happy early this morning. However, because the mother-in-law Elaine was right in front of him, Charlie didn't click through either. He himself will go to Orus Hill Gymnasium later, so he asked his father-in-law, "Dad, would you please drive me for a while? I just want to go to the gym to watch the game." "Okay," Jacob said with a smile, "it just happened to be on the way. You can come with me." Elaine said dissatisfied, "I said this is out of my mind." "Am I?" Jacob asked with a cold face, "What are you talking about? Who is mad at you?" Elaine said angrily, "After you have eaten, you all run out one by one. Going out to play? Go out. How boring I am at home alone." Jacob curled his lips and deliberately said in a sarcastic tone, "Who stopped you from going out? If you want to go out, go find your old friends to play mahjong, or ask your old sisters to make faces." Elaine scolded annoyedly, "Jacob, did you FC King deliberately damage your old lady?" "I broke a leg. How can I get out? Besides, my 2 front teeth have to be rectified. Going find the old friends, how embarrassed would I be?" Jacob opened his palms and said innocently, "Then I can't help you. Anyway, your legs are on your body. You can go out anytime you want to go out. If you don't want to go out, stay at home, but you can't stop us from going out." "Ah, we are not obligated to stay with you at home." After speaking, he waved to Charlie, shook the car key in his hand, and said casually, "Good son-in-law, let's go." After Charlie and his father-in-law left the house, he drove and said with a smile, "Oh, I have waited for so long. I finally waited until the senior college to have an exchange with our Calligraphy and Painting Association. It was not easy. Charlie smiled and asked, "Did you communicate with Aunt?" "Not yet." Jacob smiled and said, "I plan to surprise her. After all, there are days when I haven't seen her." Charlie nodded and said, "But you should be a little more careful. Don't let Mom know that Aunt has returned to China, let alone let her know that you have contact with her, otherwise our family will really be messed up. It'll shake the sky." Charlie could understand Elaine's character better. Elaine has several untouchable scales in this life. One is money and the other is Mei-Ching. The old master is going to divorce her. Although she will be angry, she has not lost her mind. But if she knows that the old master and Mei-Ching met, and the two of them were still fighting while she was in the detention center, Elaine will definitely be angry. When Jacob heard Charlie's reminder, he nodded with a serious face and said, "You are right, I have the same idea as you, so I have never dared to have too much contact with your aunt." At this point, Jacob sighed and said, "This stinky lady is still alive and unwilling to divorce me. It is really a headache."